Good morning. Say it's almost the 1st of October here. It's a Saturday morning, and you can tell I've got my dress up clothes on. Headed out to the ranch or later on today. But I know that a lot of you are getting busy or have been very busy, and October is typically it's a month that we do a lot of things. We're weaning, we're getting the last of the crops off and that sort of thing. So anyway, this is just a check in, check up. A couple things you ought to be doing. I've really tried to keep the grades up to date, and that's a little bit difficult sometimes when people are turning them in at different times and that sort of thing. I am sticking to this. I'm giving you an extra 7 days for at least partial credit for those homework assignments. If you have something that comes up in your life happens, and I have worked with people for years and years on these kinds of things. If you'll let me know, communicate the situation, that sort of thing, we can work it out. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but because you need to get this done. And I'm not trying to be fatherly and all this kind of stuff, but anyway, you signed up for it, and let's get her done. If you have anything come up in the meantime, let me know. There's all kinds of ways to get a hold of me. Okay, so first thing, check your grades. See if there's anything in there that's missing. You know, if it's something you just turned in, I probably don't have it graded. But if it's something that's in the history, then make sure that you're on top of it. Couple things have happened during the course of this particular semester and the things that we're dealing with here, and I just wanted to let you know about some of those. Not everybody has a great handle on Google Drive, okay, and I understand that. Typically, we have you take the computers and ag class prior to taking this class, and maybe you're taking it simultaneously, maybe you haven't even taken it. We're going to go to actually where we upload your assignments right into Moodle so that I can see them on a timely basis, and there isn't any chance for the non-sharing part of it and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to cut that part out of it for now. Okay, I would actually encourage you to learn that program. That actually gives you so much power in computing that it's just basically unbelievable, and you need to get a handle on it if you're going to be a modern operator. Enough said there. I want to make this as quick as I can as far as this morning, but anyway, for the assignment this week, we're going to get into QuickBooks Online, and we're going to use your own company. Number one, I've already asked you. I will not grade any more assignments that are done in QuickBooks Online that do not specify your name as the company name. That was the specific part of the assignment. I can't tell who it is if without quite a bit of research, without you putting your name as the company. You'll be able to change that later, okay? So sit back and relax a little bit, but change that. I also want you to put N1. That's what we use for the acronym for online courses. That will help me organize those people that are online, as such as yourself, okay? I'm also teaching an in-class version of this class. So I've got over 50 students that are sharing their accounting records with me, and I'll be able to see all of them. I just want to be able to separate them and group them. So N1 and then your name as the company name. Okay? Easy stuff. Let's see. The next thing that I want to kind of point out is that the next 4 weeks, actually, I'm going to give you to do this. There's going to be some assignments, weekly assignments throughout this whole thing, and a few quizzes. But chapters 2 and 3, we're going to take 4 weeks for. Okay, and you're going to be expected to keep up through the portion of the text that is given. But I want to just kind of emphasize the fact that accounting records, especially when you're at this point where you're not unfamiliar with the program and maybe unfamiliar with accounting record keeping and procedurally correct methods of doing it, you have to do it slowly. You have to give yourself some time to do it, and you can't do it on Sunday night. That is those that have come through this course and are being successful at this point tell me that they work on this course throughout the week. Weekends won't cut it. Those of you guys that are rodeoing right now that are on the online part of this, and I may be just speaking to a small group, but I just want to emphasize this. You can't go to a rodeo and do the homework expected in this class and expect to be very successful. This is an important skill. It's a life skill. It's going to help you in your business, and I think it's pretty important. Enough said there. You need to just be pragmatic about it. Start early. Come in here early and often and get your work done. Sunday nights don't cut it. Sometimes you have to work it that way with your work schedules and all that kind of stuff. Life happens. I understand that. Don't let the things in your life run your life all the time on a weekly basis. Okay? Anyway, so if anybody's been kind of looking at what's going on in the last week or so, the text I have been providing for you, I think I owe you at least an apology for those that ran out and got the text. Well into the semester, QuickBooks offered to me a free version to all of my students, 12 months worth of QuickBooks Online, if I would sign them up for their curriculum and their free offer. This kind of put me on a little bit of a conundrum. My in-class version, I could say, well, don't buy the textbook. And I wasn't able to get that word out to you before that happened. Consequently, we're going to still work through the textbook on this side of things. And you have access to actually two different setups for QuickBooks. The book comes with a 5-month setup that comes with what you paid with for the book if you bought the book. The free version that I'm allowing you, which is the same QuickBooks, can be set up and used also. There are two separate deals here. I've counseled several students so that they could use one version for this class and one version to take on with their business once they get out of this class. Okay, so there's that option. If you want to call me up and visit about it, I'll show you. I'll tell you. I'll do whatever it takes to get you to take advantage of that situation. It's quite a deal, actually. It's a great marketing angle on their side too. So recognize that they're getting more users as a result of this. QuickBooks Online is taking over the accounting world in a lot of ways. And for small business people, there's many people that are adopting it. It's going to be a very, very powerful tool in your tool chest as we go on. So anyway, that's just a short explanation. I will be actually taking parts of the text and putting what you need for this class in your Moodle shell. And the other caveat to this whole thing is that the book I mean, she does a great job of taking you very slowly through the whole process. She has you do a test drive, go to the QuickBooks Online test drive, try everything out, and then go to yours. Okay? The reports that you're going to turn in as we go through the semester must be right after each period. So it's very important, as I explained before, that you go through this thing and just don't breeze through it. Okay? There's some, through the textbook, she asks you to turn into your instructor certain reports. I have these specific reports that I want turned in to me. Okay? You can go through that process that she actually puts together in the text and keep those reports for yourself. I only want certain ones so that I can verify that you're doing the work, that you're doing it correctly, and that sort of thing. At the end of each unit, if those reports, specifically an example of that would be the trial balance, where you see whether your debits and credits actually equal each other. And that's one of the reasons we emphasize that in earlier lessons. But anyway, we want you to be able to do that, and the trial balance must be actually correct. I'm going to provide the actual trial balance so you'll be able to go back and work through it and see where you made some mistakes. There will be some mistakes on your part, but that's just part of it. And at least for the first couple of lessons, I will actually allow you to take a look at the true trial balance. That's not something that you would have available to you, in your own business. But we're learning here. We're taking small steps at a time. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. I respond to urgency through a phone call. And I always try to, I may overlook a few, and it's not on purpose, but I try to get back to any questions on email. It's hard to answer general questions on an email. If you have specific questions, please get a hold of me. And tell me if you do email, then be very specific if you can, and I'll do my best to get back to you and answer the question. Okay, I think that's about it. This has gone on long enough. Have a great weekend. Take your record keeping seriously. Let me know if anything's going on. I've been putting on virtual meetings, office hours, so that if there is any questions earlier in the week, you can ask them of me. And that's one of the things that I kind of went over earlier, is that you need to get into this course early and often. All right. Good luck to you. I'll be on this side. You're on that side. So let's get together if you have any questions. Thank you.